Count it.
Hey everyone, it's Jeannie, and today I'm back to share two cards featuring the Erin Lee Creative Jumbo Jumbo High and the Rainbow Foil cover plate. And I actually don't know if the name of the Jumbo High is Jumbo Jumbo High. It's twice the size of the current Jumbo High on the Erin Lee Creative site. So what I'm doing is I am going to be hot foiling this rainbow foil cover plate on the Erin Lee glossy black cardstock, which is perfect for hot foiling. It just foils so well. I do have my hot foil at medium heat for 20 seconds using the Gemini Opal hot foil. It's just really pretty and it's super gorgeous on the glossy black, as you can see in the reveal. It's just really subtle but just so pretty when it hits the light. So for my second panel, I will be ink blending this out, and I picked a rainbow array of colors. I picked this light red, then this sherbety grapefruit color, and then yellow, green, and then a blue. I thought it was just really pretty. And I am using the 1-inch masking tape from Scrapbookcom, and it works really well. So I used the same piece throughout the entire panel. It got pretty heavy with the inking and it didn't bleed through or anything, so I really liked it. It didn't even transfer onto my fingers, so that was kind of good, because sometimes with masking tape it is slick and it didn't get on my fingers, so I was super excited about that. So I am just going to be inking this up and just overlapping some colors, kind of moving it along. I do use fresh pieces for each color, or I'll flip it around to use for a different color, and that's just because I don't want to mix the colors together and get something that I don't want. So I wanted crisp lines for each color, even though I'm overlapping this. So I had made this card before and I thought it would be really fun to make it into a video because it's just really fun and pretty and super easy to do. So I figured it was a good one to share with you guys. But when I originally did this, my masking was a little bit more wide. Here I kept the lines really tight, and I have a reel that I'll be sharing. It has like the wider masked areas, and you guys can do it as wide or as thin as you want, but if you are doing it thin, it takes a lot more blending, whereas you can just blend with the wider area and you'll just be able to blend up and it would work as well. So these inks are really fun and juicy and I like them, and I am just inking away until I finish this up. And I really like where the Oceanside color overlaps with the Honeysuckle. It creates this like really pretty purple that I don't really see. I was super happy with how this turned out, and then I will be moving on to my die cutting. So once I finish with my inked blended panel, I'm gonna use that jumbo high that takes up the entire card panel and just die cut it out. And remember to save all the tiny little scraps because we will need it. And I actually had to review this video and I thought it was hilarious because it's happened a few times where I've just lost little pieces and I didn't want to redo it, and I probably could have faked it and you guys wouldn't have known, but I was really bothered, so I had to go find it. And then I die cut the same high out of white cardstock. It was just a lot thicker for the cardstock, and I wanted to pop it up on the card panel mainly because I just wanted that added dimension. So for the hot foil panel, I'm just gluing the high right on top and then adding the little dot above the eye, and that's basically the card. So there's nothing super fancy. I'll be adding sequins at the end, but we will get there eventually. For the second panel, I am mounting it onto just white cardstock, and then I will be doing a bit of die inlay. But first I cut the high out of 2 pieces of white cardstock. I'm stacking them on top of each other just to give it a little bit of dimension. Once it's ready to go, I will go ahead and put it into the areas of the card panel. So this high is pretty intricate and very thin with the little lines and the swoops. So I am just really careful with adding glue. onto the main card panel so I don't have to deal with adding glue onto the little areas of the actual die cut. I want to make sure that it fits in perfectly because we are going to be doing the die inlay for the pieces that I set aside, and the two larger pieces were no problem. It was the smaller and the little triangle that I had a problem with. So I'm just using a craft pick just to push it down, make sure, because remember we use dimension, and then I'll add all the little pieces. And once I do the third piece, I realize I can't find the fourth piece. And when I watched back the tape, it was on my finger the whole time, but then I kind of flicked it off and didn't even think about it. But I found it on the floor, so yay. And then I put these cards together. So I just scattered a bunch of sequins. These are Soapy bubbles from Trinity stamps. They're just super pretty. They go with everything, and I love them. So I've been using them more and more. I think I used it in my last card for the shaker. And it's just like the perfect shaker bits. There's no holes in this. It just works really well. It goes with everything. So that's what I did. And these are my two finished cards. I hope you liked them and enjoyed. And I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye.